Hello,
Hey,
everybody. Excited utterance here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I know
yes,
you're just like chomping at the bit. Chomp, chomp,
absolutely.
chomp, chomp, chomp. Like
Take a nibble.
chomping on some ribs. Waiting for this one. I know. But don't worry, the time has come.
Gonna
It's
be
time for Chazzle Dazzle Rewatch and Pub Quiz, and it's weekend edition. It is weekend for you people, right?
yes, Saturday.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
is. Just had a
Yeah,
check. Had a check. It's Saturday afternoon. In fact, it's Saturday, what, 5 p.m. for some of you?
yeah.
And some of you it's earlier, some of you
Two.
it's later. I don't know. It's two for you, darling.
Yep.
Yep. Ah, are you all mods everywhere? Yeah, except you, it seems. Vilhammer.
Yeah.
Those of you who aren't mods will just never know the secrets of being mods. You just get to relax and chill. That's what it is. Yes, that's me chatting there. Let's get fired up. Let's get fired up. That's pretty garbage of me. Um, slow in that lawnmower. Yes, it's lawnmower day. Today is lawnmower day. Hey, Murph. 5 p.m. Yep, important time zone. Who have we got here? Murph. Sea swept. And who else we got? Of course, we've got Jung. We have Jung. And obviously, Bilham, I've already said hello to. Eris, you are the best. You are the absolute best. One of the best. I can't say the best. I don't have favorites in Modville, but you're just awesome, gotta say. Right. So today the deal is we have the lawnmower grannies, and I don't
Yep.
know how much
Be
they'd
right
love
back.
being called that. So yeah, yeah, Dolly's got a delivery to go pick up. I wonder what it could be. Ooh, might be something from his friend Rebecca. That might be why he's so excited. Don't know. Anyway, so we have the lawnmower grannies, and they are the mum of Kat. Now, Kat is Chandler's girlfriend, and we're waiting for her testimony. That's going to be an epic view as well. And we also have her girlfriend, and her girlfriend is, yeah, let's just say, not quite sure what she would look like without her mask off, but with her mask on, she looks a little bit not quite sure whether she's a female or a male, but she is a female. That's why she's a girlfriend. And she's going to be testifying as well today. So we've only got the two witnesses today. So they're a little bit longer than the other witnesses that we have played so far, but they are really great testimony. Excellent testimony. Now, we're going to play them at least 1.5 speed because, as Kaiser pointed out in our last stream, people from Wisconsin tend to talk a bit slow. And we are going to be doing pub quiz at the end. So, as it says on the ticker at the bottom, pay attention and stick around right to the end because CHAZZLE Pub Trivia Quiz is at the end of the stream. And don't forget to hit that like and the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you do. Who else have we got? What does that say? EU does love me enough for the spanner, even though she is cute. Of course, I love you enough for it, but do you really want it? It's a lot of work. What else we got? Oh, Laura, hello, I'm bronzed. How's it going? Wesley's here. Hi, Wesley. My 5-year-old Shepsky has a 9-month-old Shepsky to play with today. Oh, fun. Photos or it didn't happen, please. What else we got? Awesome. Alrighty. So we're going to get straight into it. Going to keep it nice and tight today. And I don't mean that in a dirty way unless you want that to be the case. I'm just going to change around my overlays. Overlay, underlay. Hang on. And we go change into this. And then we go to, we put that on. Alrighty, so here we go. This is Dulce Melander, and pretty name, Dulce. I'm going to press play on her.
I don't know if the court reporter heard. Did you say yes to the oath that you swore?
Oh, I did.
Thank you.
I say yes.
Thank you. With the masks and with
Oops.
nervous, I'm sure it was hard to tell. I wanted to make sure the record reflected that. Secondly, you just took off your mask. Are you comfortable, and do you think you can safely and responsibly testify without wearing a mask?
I just feel like they won't hear me then.
I appreciate that. And if you can do so, if you're okay being unmasked, we will all, except for whoever's asking questions, be unmasked. So we have that layer of protection. If that's all right with you, please proceed without your mask on. And I'll remask myself, as I'm not going to do any more talking. Attorney Brown.
All right. Good morning. What we're going to start
Can
with
you
is I'm going
guys
to have
hear
you
that
tell us
okay?
your name and spell it out because the court reporter is writing everything down.
My name is Dulce Melander, and DulceMellender.
Let me know.
And Dulce, do you have a daughter named Catherine?
Yes, I do.
And does she go by the name Kat?
Yes.
And for a while,
Thanks, Murph.
back last year and maybe a little before, was Kat dating someone named Chandler Halderson?
Yes.
And you got to know Chandler Halderson pretty well
How
yourself,
are you,
didn't
Pixie?
Yes. Yes.
Approximately, and it's okay if it's just kind of a range, how long do you think your daughter was dating Chandler?
Around
Really?
2 years.
Okay. And you would see Chandler pretty frequently?
Yeah, kind of, yes.
Okay. So there's this thing we're going to do now where the judge in 1 second is going to have everyone
here we
that
go.
is wearing a mask
Okay, no
take
one
them
else
off
to do
just
this with me,
briefly.
so
That's
I'll do
over
it
here.
alone.
And I'm going to ask you, do you see Chandler in
Why
the
is she
courtroom?
putting it
So
on?
wait 1 second.
I would ask if everyone who's not in the jury box would lower their mask for the count of 3 so that the witness can observe everyone's faces. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and replace your masks, please.
Ms. Melander, do you see Chandler in the courtroom?
Yes.
Can you tell me where he's sitting and kind of describe what his clothes are today?
Why did she
He
put
is
it over
wearing,
her own face?
Blue tie and kind of white.
And is he sitting to my left over here?
Yes.
I'd ask the record reflect identification.
It will.
That's so silly.
Your daughter, in the course of dating Chandler, sometimes stayed with you and sometimes she had her own apartment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
through
what types of
COVID
things
rule.
would you do where you would see Chandler while they were dating?
He will cook, we will cook, or
He
we
liked
will
to
be
cook.
order beat-ups.
B-dubs, Buffalo
Yeah.
Wild Wings?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And would you see him every day or every week or a couple times a month?
Well,
Oh, Joan, you're so cute.
repeat the question again.
How often would you see him?
Often when Catherine wasn't home, yes.
Were you aware from Chandler if he had a job back in 2021 before all this happened?
He was working at what is the name of that? Can you give me a second?
Hey, Davo.
He was working at the
name my cat.
swimming.
Oh, the cat did it.
I think it was the DNR or yeah.
Do you know what he was doing for them?
Well, he's a good swimmer, so he was in call to, I don't know, to rescue, to see something on the waters. I really, but it was something with the DNR, I remember.
He would get called to the rescues and things like that?
Yes. Very, I think it was very, yeah.
At some point, did Chandler get another job that you were aware of?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Tell me about what job was that?
That was the American Family Insurance.
And what sticks out to you
Pixie.
about remembering about Chandler working at American Family Insurance?
Oh yeah, they were calling him, spending money on him.
Well, I took
I think
him
that's
out
even
to
more
eat
reason
because
to be upset if she's
he got
only
the
just
job.
sort of come to the
But he
realization
was,
that
he had
this is all real.
people, a group of people, they were putting on for him. Yes.
So you took him out to eat when he got the job?
Yes.
Where did you go to eat?
Oh, Mexican Rositas. He
Aw.
likes the tacos.
And was this
You
kind
like
of a
tacos y
celebratory dinner?
burritos?
Did people dress up and things like that?
Yeah, he was dressed up really nice.
And did Mr. Halderson or did Chandler tell you about the job that he was getting at American Family Insurance?
Briefly, it was something about computers. You know, he's a computer guy.
And he was dating your daughter at this time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Were you happy that your daughter's boyfriend had a job?
For God's sakes,
Yes.
Lefty.
Was that important to you?
Yes.
Overruled, the answer.
Do you see that last night?
No.
What did that mean?
No, it was all legal nonsense. We'll just, it's
Well,
all,
I was
it's all
trying to
right.
say Beaner's
So
name.
after the,
The prosecutor
Oh,
of Britain.
I did hear something about you
And
saying
they were trying to say I was.
Binger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same word. Is like the same pronunciation.
As
Beaner.
Beaner.
Yeah,
Why would you even say Beaner?
I was saying the prosecutor's name,
Yes.
and they thought I was saying the slur.
What is the slur?
It's a very offensive term for Hispanics.
Oh, so I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah,
Okay. That must be a very American thing.
Beaner. That's what I said.
Right. Okay.
Beaner.
Right. Okay. This is all foreign to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bean.
Bean.
Yeah, they are
Right.
the same sound.
Bing. Bing is not the
Bing.
same sound as bean.
Bing. Like that.
No, that's not the same sound.
Okay, I'll take speech class later. God,
Yeah, you do. You must need to.
not being.
Thank you, Aline. See, we always agree. We're like best friends.
Bean and bean.
Aline is like
Sing,
American
ring,
me.
cha, ching. Fling.
Lefty, you've got a link too.
Whatever. You know what I'm
What?
saying.
John, come on now. Come on now. You're very welcome on my channel. Oh, really?
Yay.
Imagine.
Her seductive voice.
Be good. Come on now. Come on. How can I entice you?
Bean. I know they're not the same word, but they're pronounced the same.
No, they're not. Okay, moving on.
time you take him out to celebrate getting the American Family job, you get Mexican food. Did Chandler ever talk to you much about his job at American Family Insurance?
Okay, that's going to sound
Yeah, he
sped
was
up for
working at
about
home.
5 seconds until
That's
you
about it.
get used to it.
Did you know?
Oops. Hello.
Know anything about exactly what he was
There we
doing?
go.
Just computers.
Did you
I
know?
think-
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it was just computers and also I think it was just computers.
Thinking back to that,
Just
that
computers. Oops. Sorry, guys.
dinner where you were celebrating him getting the job at American Family, if you had to give us kind of an approximate time, do you know when that was?
I think it was afternoon, mid-afternoon maybe. I don't quite remember.
What time of the year?
Oh,
Do you know if it was in the spring? Do you remember at all? It's okay if you don't.
no, I don't remember.
Who all went to that dinner?
Just him and I.
Oh, okay. You two together.
Yes.
Okay.
I asked him to meet me there.
Whose idea was it to go out?
Mine.
And because he had gotten the job?
Yes.
And you paid for dinner, I would imagine?
Yes. Yes.
So other than knowing he worked on some computer stuff and for American Family, did you know anything else about that job, really?
Well, he wanted to do the solar panels, but I don't
Hi,
know.
Christine.
I don't know. The American Family was getting him for the solar panels, but I know he was very good in computers.
Was Chandler around this time, was he going to school
Greedy
anywhere
Bloke's here.
while he was working at
Where is-
American Family?
Where is his first?
Um,
I'll just put this one. Hello, Greedy Book.
he was having he was doing a credit because he was going to UW, so he was needed a credit to go to the UW. I think because Catherine's Yeah, I think.
Did Chandler talk to you much about going to school and what classes he was taking?
No. It was one class that he needed to graduate.
He was about to graduate.
I think so.
I think so.
Going into
you're
kind of the
wrong.
late spring of last year, so May and then into June, maybe the summer, into July, just before everything started, bad happened.
Beaner.
Did Chandler get a new job somewhere else in the country?
Okay, so
Yes.
Beaner.
I'm sorry, but can we approach real quick?
Okay, we're gonna have a conversation that nobody else can hear, so we use this white noise.
Sorry.
So I found another source of
That's hand sanitizer. though,
Video
nothing like that. Yeah.
that cuts out the white noise.
Oh, sorry. You know, they make these look like water bottles. I know. We gotta get rid of them.
Occasionally it pops
God,
in
she was
just
gonna
for
drink
like,
it.
Take all the sanitizer.
occasionally it pops in for just a half a second, but I don't have to fast forward through it, which is good.
Yes.
And where was that job?
In Florida.
Do you know what you'd be doing or where you'd be working?
He was supposed to be get samples, but I don't know of what. But he was going to Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Did he tell you what company it was?
Right? She does, hey.
You know the very
No idea
pricey
what's going on.
cars. It's a very pricey car. I don't know the name of the car.
Is it, what kind of car is it?
Oh, like $50,000 car.
Is it Tesla?
Tesla, yes.
Is it one of those?
But I think Tesla has another company that is from Tesla.
Really,
don't
Dave? Is it
remember
really
the
too
name. I'm
fast?
sorry.
Did Chandler
do
share
people
with
think
you-
it's too
I know you
fast?
share a lot with your daughter, but I'm asking kind of what you knew just.
I know,
just
but
recently.
up to
Did
you.
you share with you any details about what his job was? What he
I
could do?
can absolutely
He
push
was
it down.
going to get those samples, and he also was working for the solar panels too, because I think they have something to do. It's kind of an
She,
engineer
she
job or
might not
something like
talk as
that. Yeah.
slowly as the
Yes, yes.
native
You
Wisconsinites.
personally, if you'd be making more money or less money, we can talk about money at all about that job.
But he says that he will have a good job. It will good money. Yeah.
Did Chandler ever talk to you about where he was going to live down there? Whether he had gotten a house or anything like that?
It was an apartment that he showed me
How did he show you?
in his cell phone.
Did he say if he had a car or anything like that?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me what you knew about that from Chandler.
Well, Catherine has my car. And
She probably still
say
does
that,
believe
you
the
know,
stuff about
Catherine,
where he
if
worked
you guys
and
need a
that.
car, take my car. And the three of us, we were talking about the car in the apartment. And I'm sorry, it's just a bad burp. And he says that his cars over there, they are very cheap because older people, they're kind of, they don't drive anymore, or they're past, and then they have cars in there. So he was ordering the car. And I say that I will sign my car for them can sell it and then can buy maybe 2 cars. Oh, and then he was saying, oh, I will take care of it.
She mentioned your daughter. Was your daughter to go?
Cool day, Mom.
What you do?
Yes.
And did Chandler talk to you about that? About having Catherine go with him?
The day that he brought Catherine home because she have an injury in her back, he did.
It's ribs.
He basically
Chunk.
asked me.
I
Yeah.
found some nice ribs there.
I was very worried. She's my only daughter. I was uncertain.
You're uncertain.
Yes.
I'm going to start asking you questions about kind of the 4th of July week. Okay? You remember the 4th of July weekend that we mentioned last year?
Oh, yes, yes.
On the 4th of July weekend, there were some plans to get together, right? With Catherine and Chandler and other people, right?
Yes.
You were living here in Madison at the time, right?
Yes.
But
See you, Wes.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Yes.
has a farm, kind of in a rural area of Dayton, right?
Yes.
So it's Cress's farm, you're engaged with this.
Yes. We got engaged in May.
In May.
Yes.
Oh,
And Cress lives in the farm with her, with the elderly farm.
Yes.
You go out there.
I live part-time there, yes.
Judge, sorry again, can we approach?
Say,
See, just teensy little bit of white noise. Look at her.
Junior.
She's just freaking
Timid.
out.
So tell me about what the plan was on the 4th of July.
Well, we have a swimming pool, and we asked if they want to swim, they can swim or just eat, and yeah.
Where were you going to have this?
Oh,
Yeah.
at the farm.
Oh, Line, he's being a bit of a dick with the microphone.
Do I have to face them?
Do you need me to turn
Would you pull the
everything up?
microphone a little bit closer because the hands are- I see
maybe the
fairly
cord
noisy right
feed.
now. Go ahead.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like a paradise. It's peaceful. It's green,
Hang on.
and it's
just let me
flowers that you
finish.
don't see.
And there's flowers you don't see.
Flowers you don't see. I found that a bit strange, that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm
Okay.
gonna boost that. I'm gonna press play.
It's just beautiful.
So the 4th of July weekend, who all went to the farm for this evening?
Chandler, Catherine, James, one of James' friend, Chris, Michael, and Papa and me.
Did Chandler talk at all?
Yeah,
the
see,
4th of
he's so
July
far away, but it does pick up his
having suffered any sort of injuries lately, having injuries or things of that sort?
closed captions.
I beg your pardon?
Sure. Did Chandler ever tell you around that time about suffering any sort of concussion or head injury?
Oh, we knew. I knew that he had a concussion. Yeah, he fell.
And was Chandler acting the same or differently than usual on the 4th of July?
See, she believes all this still.
He was kind of okay, quiet. But yeah, he was sitting at the table with the other kids. So
Unboosted mouth, you
What
think?
types of things did you do that day?
we ate, and we were waiting that the kids will be going and use the pool, and then went and used the pool.
It was
Actually,
perfect. for
Yeah,
her.
just
Um,
lower it, yeah.
just
Okay, hang on. I'll put it back where it was.
happy that the kids were home.
The kids used the pool?
Yeah, yeah.
Did Chandler-
Catherine and James' friend used the pool. Yes. I don't know if Chandler got into the pool, but I think
Yeah, I know.
Chandler always was cleaning.
I
the-
don't like the boosted
the
audio.
debris. Yeah.
If we can avoid
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
there's not much I can do to fix him, unfortunately.
The next day, do you know if Chandler went back to the farm on July 5th, which would be a Monday?
No problem, Smith.
Yes,
And how did you become aware that Chandler went back to the farm?
because Catherine texted me.
Did you then go off to the farm?
I fly
Yeah,
to the farm.
It
Yes.
didn't even pick up his
Why do you
closed
fly to the
captions
farm?
then.
I was just worried. Can I have 1 minute?
There's another bottle of water from the corner.
Oh.
I know those are small. Do you want to take it?
Yes,
Do you need a break?
yes.
Do you think that you need more than just a few moments outside of the courtroom?
Just a few minutes.
Okay.
Oh, she's
I'll go ahead and
upset.
excuse the witness. Don't talk about your testimony with anyone. You can go back to where Ms. Brown is in the vestibule.
What's she upset about?
You forgot your mask. I'll grab it.
If you forget your mask, I'll grab it. Well, that's not very sanitary. I'll just grab it and,
Ooh, you'll grab it. Hope she got her booster.
blow my nose in there.
It's all right with the jury. We'll just stay. You can stand up if you need to or stretch. But I think if we excuse ourselves and come back, we'll lose additional time, as you know better than I, how long it can take.
She does, huh? She freaks out, hey. Why is that, Shelley? Why is it a bummer that they can go in the back room? What, for us? Or like they're just witnesses, like they
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong. Maybe she needs to
That
pee.
his Chandler can wait by the driveway because my fiance sometimes is a big farm, so sometimes she
like it.
just like to be with just no top.
In the pool.
To go to the pool, yeah, she just put her shorts to go to the pool and no top. So I was worried that he might.
Prior to that day, when you found out that Chandler was maybe going out there by himself, are you aware if Chandler had gone out to the farm much before by himself, alone, without Kath?
I see, John.
So the better question is, do you know if Chandler usually went out there by himself?
Oh, no. No, Chandler will never go to the farm without Catherine.
So this would have been the first time that you're aware of?
Yes.
So you drive out to the farm. You flew out there, I think you said.
Yes, because I was worried that Chandler will had the chat of his life.
Hitting on
with
my wife.
Partner.
When you get there, do you talk to your partner, Chris?
When I got there, it was Chandler and Chris
Ooh.
talking on the porch.
You know what they were talking about? Did you overhear it?
But I opened the door and Chandler looked like sad, kind of sleepy, like, you know.
So sleepy.
Well, he's a
Like,
bit dopey
I
anyway,
don't know,
really, isn't
He
he?
did not look okay to me.
You see my mom?
But I didn't hear what they were talking until
You want to get high?
Chris says there was some
I
news.
lost my job.
Okay. There was some news. Do you know what the news
took my
was? Did you
job.
hear Chandler talk about it?
Because I can't fly.
What was that news?
That
Took my job.
he didn't got a job.
Which job?
The one in Florida.
Okay. Do you know why he didn't get that job?
Because he couldn't, he was supposed to be there, but his brother got sick, so he couldn't go. And the next time he fell and couldn't go. And I think they couldn't hold the job anymore because he couldn't fly to Florida.
Because of the fall?
The concussion, his concussion was really bad.
Yeah, that's why.
What did Chandler ask to do, or what happened next at the farm?
Well, we were very supportive. We were like, you know, he lost a good job, and I was worried about him putting on money for the apartment, and Chris and I were trying to find out how can we help him because he looked really, really like down and.
Wouldn't you be?
Did you all stay together, or did some point Chandler go somewhere else on the farm?
We were talking, and then after that, he basically excused himself to go swimming.
Okay. And did he go by himself, or did you go with him at that point?
No, he went by himself.
Okay. What did you and Cress do while Chandler was swimming?
We were trying to figure it out how to help him. He just got a concussion. I was very upset with Krista because why
I thought you were going to be
why
a
she
winner
wasn't
today. Again.
to taking him that day. He has a doctor's appointment.
You thought his mom should have been there?
Yeah. So we were talking about as a mom, I was very upset with his mom.
What? You're upset with his
How
mom?
long? At some point, did you go down to the pool to check on Chandler?
The dude's
with
24.
We were. I was asking Chris what we're gonna have for dinner. I bring chicken, and she was very upset. And it was a while.
How long do you think it was before you went down to check on Chandler at the pool?
I don't know, probably half an hour maybe, or a little bit longer because. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Right,
That's okay,
everyone.
but-
Pixie's
Did you
gone.
go-
Pay
did you go alone, or
attention.
did you
She's
husband together?
No, we go together. Yeah,
she's a standing winner.
And how did you get down to that
Yeah, to
area?
knock her off a perch.
We use a little car where we mow the lawn.
A lawnmower?
Yeah, lawnmower. So I basically inherited the lawnmower that Papa used to use, and so we, like a two grannies going to.
You were both on the lawnmower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you drive down toward the pool?
She's so cute.
Well, we drove to the pool. Yes.
Tell me about where you went as you were driving.
What do you mean?
Yeah, where did you go first when you started driving down to the pool?
Well, we went to the pool. It's on a little hill. So we went and we didn't see Chandler swimming. We didn't see anything. So we turned right and, we saw the car and I thought he was sleeping.
Where was the car in relation to the pool? Was it close or farther away?
I was sleepy too.
Oh,
Would it help if I showed you a map?
oh yes,
A photo?
sure. Oh, a photo, yeah.
I have a huge photo of the farm.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait, you
I'm
don't
going
do
to show
that?
you. I told you it was big. It's number 57. Is that the farm? From above?
I
Like
told
an
you it
airplane?
was big. Sir.
yes. That is the shed.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the house, you cannot see it because it's a lot of trees.
Sure.
But can I point it?
Yeah, so here's what I'll do. Does this look to be like what the farm would have looked like back in July, except for all of these police cars that are kind of involved? But otherwise, is this what the farm looked like?
Yes.
All right, I'll move 57 into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection.
It is received. It may be published.
All right, so I'm going to move this a little bit closer to you, okay?
Okay.
And you can stand up if you'd like. How about if you could you point, where's the driveway meet the road? Where's the entrance to that farm?
Right over here.
Follow it all the way down and right there? All right, I'll hold on to this.
Ooh, you'll hold it.
And where's the house? Can you point to that?
Oh, right.
You can kind of see the roof.
Yes. That is the house. This is the other shed.
And where's the pool that we're talking about? Okay. Now, if you could, kind of standing off to the side so these folks can see you, if you could point to, maybe just take your finger and trace the way that you drove down to the pool on that lawnmower.
We always drove this way.
Okay. And the pool is here. Where did you say you saw Chandler's car?
Oh, about right here.
Okay. And you said you thought he was sleeping?
Yeah, the back of the car, the trunk was open, so I thought he was sleeping.
Okay. And did you drive your lawnmower? Did you folks drive over by that car to look in?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you see?
I saw something that was a little bit metal. It looks like, when you put a car and it's like a little,
Like a ramp?
yeah, like a little ramp,
Okay.
like a gray kind of.
Bill, you want to move the mic? It's really difficult to hear.
Sure.
Yep.
How about you take a seat real quick, and we'll keep asking.
And while we're
questions.
moving, let me just reflect for the record that if you think of the upper half of the picture and the middle of the upper half, the witness indicated that the road from the access road to the driveway to the house is in the upper middle portion of the half. You can see a small amount of roadway. She traced her finger through the woods, demonstrating that the house is within the wooded area in that upper quadrant, identified the swimming pool as a round shape, and indicated that the driving with herself and Cress on the lawnmower was from the area approximately where the house was down to the back of the shed, and indicated that the vehicle of Mr. Halderson was lower into the lower half of the picture, approximately where you can see some unidentified objects that don't appear to be cars. Is that accurate, counsel?
That's fair. Well, why don't you, if you could, one more time, point to where Mr. Halderson's car was when you drove down there?
That's the part I couldn't see as clearly.
I don't understand how that being read into the record
And so
explains anything.
We'll just say that is approximately 3 inches below the barn on the photograph. Okay.
And in between the cars and the other items, if you were to split that distance kind of at an intersection between a line south if you view north as the top of the picture of the barn, intersecting with a line between those white cars and the other objects.
MJ!
Any problem with that description, counsel?
No.
All right, thank you.
And we have to do that because we're typing out the court record. So when we point to things, the judge will describe what they are sometimes. So you saw the car, you said the back was open, and you saw maybe a ramp type thing. Did you see Chandler in that car?
No. sorry.
No, you're fine.
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
There we go.
Sorry. No.
Chandler wasn't in the car?
No.
At that time, when you're looking at the car, did you see where Chandler was right then?
No.
Did you know where Chandler was?
No.
Have you seen my mom?
What did you and Cress do?
But she was upset. And I said, well,
I'm going to object at this point.
I'm sorry, object to,
Possible hearsay that may come out. Possible hearsay that may come out.
what? I'm sorry.
Attorney Brown will rephrase the question to make sure he's asking what you thought or said.
Sure. And you know Cress is going to testify next, right?
Oh, yeah.
In this case. So the jury is only going to hear from you now and then Cress next. So anything she said, we'll hear from her. But what did you and Cress do at that time? Not what was said, but what did you do?
We went to the pool.
Okay. You jumped in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it just you and Cress in the pool?
Yeah.
At some point while you were in the pool, did you see Chandler or figure out where Chandler was?
No, he was coming to the pool.
Okay. You saw him? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you could, I'm going to have you stand up and point to where did you see Chandler coming from the first time you saw him while you were in the pool? Okay. All right.
The pool is right here.
Okay. And did you see where he'd come from before that? Okay. I'll note the witness just pointed to the right of the barn, essentially.
It's funny he's not getting her to actually say yes, no. Like beforehand, she went,
Counsel
and
for
just then
defense,
she shook her head.
We have the,
Yeah.
what you pointed to reflected
Yeah.
accurately in the record. Thank you.
True.
What did Chandler
The
do?
judge is like calling out all the
You saw him coming. Where did he
details
go?
of
What did
where
he do?
she's pointing.
Yeah.
He asked if he wants to, if he can get in the pool with us.
The pool.
And what did you say?
I've gone to clean the pool.
I was like,
That's an Australian joke.
I was like, no.
No.
But I say it myself, no.
Why?
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Because Chris didn't have clothes on the top.
She didn't have a top on. Okay. Did Chandler, what happened next? Did Chandler go away? Did he get in the pool? What happened?
He got in the pool.
What did Chandler do once he got in the pool?
He was just, he was looking, he was looking to the horizon.
Okay. And was he in the water?
Yes.
What was he doing in the water physically? Was he moving around? Was he swimming?
He was like going underwater and, putting on water on his body and,
So you're making those motions on your arm, and this is one of those weird things because we have to type down everything that's happening. How would you describe what he was doing when you put your hands on your arms?
like he was, putting on water, when you put water and.
So staring off kind of through that field toward the horizon and
Yes, because Chris is behind me and I put my body to kind of shield her but Chandler was looking to the horizon. And then he turned around and then he was getting more in the water and, he was like on the water. Like,
was he saying anything?
not much. The water was nice and warm, but.
Did you or Cress ask Chandler where he had been?
Objection to the form of the question.
Sustained. You can
Did
rephrase.
Chandler tell you where he had been?
No, I thought he went for a walk. Because he wasn't in the car, he was walking. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I say to Chris.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you don't remember, that's okay. But when Chandler was walking toward the pool and right before he got in, did he still have all his clothes on or did he have some of his clothes off?
He had his shorts on. And he didn't have his, I think his shirt was off.
Where's it going?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So tell me if I'm remembering this correctly. So you see him coming from next to the barn. As you see him, he's wearing his shorts, but not his shirt. He gets in the pool. He stares off kind of toward the horizon. and he is splashing water onto himself. Yes?
Hello, ALXLEJ
Did he tell you
mutant.
anything at all about what he was going to do next or what
I
his plans
don't
were
know
that
how
day?
to
Yes,
say that.
he was.
hello.
He was going to my place because Catherine was making his favorite, and we asked what was his favorite, and he says
Alex
McDonald's.
Lynch.
He's going to go get McDonald's.
McDonald's, and I said Catherine is a lazy. She should not make McDonald's.
You thought your daughter would cook something better.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, then always cook good food in the house.
Sure. How long were you in the pool with Chandler? You and Cress and Chandler, how long did that last?
I don't know, probably, I don't remember how long, but I mean, we were still, I think maybe 15 minutes, maybe.
Do you know how it ended? Did everyone get out at the same time? Or did
No.
How did it end with Chandler at least being there?
Chandler, after Chandler, went and swim for a little bit, he didn't swim because he didn't even wet his hair. After he went and just splashed himself, then he get out of the pool and then I feel more comfortable, and so.
Chandler left at that point?
Yes. Well, he has to go back to pick up his car.
Sure. And did you see him after that, or did he leave at that point, after he got his car?
No, he just went, got his car, and then drove off, and we just waved him. We was very happy that he came, but which was strange because Catherine wasn't with him, but.
At any point, the day before the 4th of July, when you were out there, or this day, the July 5th, Monday, so Sunday or Monday, when you see Chandler, does he tell you that his parents are anywhere, at a cabin or anything like that?
Yes, he says that they were going up north. They went up north, but that was Sunday. They already left, and I already knew because, I already knew.
Did Chandler ever express any concern to you about where his parents were? That he was worried about them at all?
That's actually not too far-fetched, John.
He looked worried. Yeah.
He looked worried? But maybe, did he say anything about that, or just looked worried?
No, he didn't say too much about it. But on Tuesday, that was different.
Oh dear. Ugh.
And we're going to go there in 1 second. But one more question about the July 4th and July 5th when you see Chandler out at the farm. Would you describe the way he was acting, his behavior?
Objection, leading.
We'll hear the full question.
Would you describe his behavior or the way he was acting? Was that normal for Chandler? Was it different than usual?
It was a little bit different.
Okay. What do you
On
mean?
that Sunday?
Yeah, let's talk about Sunday or even
Yes.
Monday the next day. What do you mean by different?
Sunday when he was kind of okay and with the kids because the kids sit down in the same table and they were interacting, but for some reason Chandler was a little bit more quiet in a way. But he was, and he looked kind of also sleepy.
On the 4th of July?
Yeah.
What about the next day?
Tired. The next day, I'm sorry, I just thought that Chandler was so depressed that he probably took his mom's pills because she had cancer. So
Objection.
What?
May we approach?
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to talk again.
Interesting.
Hello,
Oh, she had
MNHS06.
chemo? If she had chemo, then I don't think you'd want to eat her.
I'm going to ask the question a
Can't
different
use
way. Sometimes when we do that,
organs for,
I'll
like,
rephrase the
transplants.
question, meaning I'll ask it a different way.
Do you think you would have thought
You
that
talked to
through?
police a lot in this case,
Yeah,
right?
the
You told them
brightest.
what
Right.
happened?
Right.
Sure.
Fair to say that you've described that day, the 5th, when Chandler was out there, that he was acting kind of dopey and just way different than usual, maybe.
Right.
Okay. Now, after this day, is over and Chandler leaves.
Something he ate.
That's the 5th. So you saw him on July 4th, 4th of July. Everyone's out. July 5th, he's out using the pool. You see him a couple days later, right? Tell me about that.
The next day?
Yeah.
Well, it was Tuesday, so we had beat-ups.
Sure. Is that your normal thing?
Yeah,
You have some Buffalo Wild Wings that day?
yeah.
That's a family thing.
Yes, Chandler, James, and Catherine and I, we like beat-ups. So we always buy what my son's likes, what Catherine likes, what Chandler likes, and what I like. And it's just the 4 of us.
And that was on Tuesday?
Yes.
Because it's buy one, get one free, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
It does seem
I
that
think
way,
so, too.
Eris.
And you've mentioned James a couple times. James is your son.
Yes, that's correct.
And this was at your house?
Yes.
Okay. Did Chandler say anything? And again, I'm only looking for things Chandler said to you, not James or Catherine. They're, that's a different thing. But did Chandler say anything to you when you guys were doing the Buffalo Wild Wings night about his parents or where they were?
He was just worried because he wasn't here from his parents yet.
Okay. Did he tell you anything more about that?
No,
How was he acting on this day?
tired, sad in a way, maybe.
At some point, did you find out that Bart and Krista Halderson were missing? Like the people were looking for them and they didn't know where they were?
No.
Well, 2 times it was brought up that they were missing. And on Tuesday, I questioned myself how they're missing. And I questioned saying, I will say that I didn't hear from my parents, or my parents hasn't called me, or I would not say missing unless I know they were missing.
And I know other people may have, but did you personally talk to Chandler about filing a police report or what to do about his parents missing, like what actions he should take?
No,
Okay. Did you know Bart and Krista Halderson very well yourself?
no. I just know what Chandler told me.
Okay.
Yeah, and Catherine, of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a break now for just 1 second. So if you want to get a drink of water, but it'll just be about 30 seconds, okay?
Can I?
Sure. Counsel, the witness would like to use the restroom, so I'm going to excuse her to go do that as
gotta
you
go
consult,
again.
and then she'll come right back.
What, does she have a big prostate?
She's a bit dramatic, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use this little breaky here to introduce somebody. Hello. Oh my goodness.
Thanks for inviting me.
We have Melissa James. You're
Nice to meet
surrounded
you.
by Aussies, darling.
Wow, intimidating.
I know, right?
Not at all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
I've been like hanging around in chat for ages, so like it's pretty cool to come on.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Is that a koala?
Sorry,
Is that a
oh,
koala?
behind me. No,
No,
it's
in
Taylor
front-
Swift.
Oh,
No, in front of you.
Oh,
What's that
no.
thing? Oh, no. That's your microphone. Oh,
My
wow.
furry.
That's your furry. Dear
My
me.
furry.
wow.
That's
Very
adorable.
fuzzy.
It's very fuzzy. Wow. Look at your setup. That's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to have like a little thing in front of me, and I used to keep like knocking my microphone, so I stuck it on an arm. It makes life so much easier.
Nice. Well, welcome on stream. That's so cool.
Thank
Feel-
you.
feel free
So
to,
excited.
Share this to your audience if you want to. I've got my settings set up for you to do so if you'd like. But yeah, I thought it was half Irish. Yeah, you thought the mic was a pig? Well, I thought it was an animal of some sort. But
It's
did
just-
you see actually someone shared on, was it Wesley's not here at the moment, he's left. Someone shared on our Discord that there was an animal that was thought to be extinct, or which was sure it was extinct, the spotted
saw that.
quoll, in South Australia. Someone found one.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was going
So
after
it
their
actually-
chickens.
Why does that not surprise me?
Yeah, it's been found. Like
Everyone
one
loves
of them's
chicken.
been found, which means there's more of them getting about.
Yeah.
Gorgeous little
Yeah,
thing.
it's got to be.
So cute.
Oh, I want to see photos now. I want to
I
see what this thing
know.
looks like.
I'll try and pull it up. Actually, Darlie, would you mind pulling it up?
Oh,
And
Yeah, because
'cause-
everyone keeps like referring to it. You know, like I think it was Star Trek, the little like fluffy ball things in Star Trek.
Tribble?
yeah.
I can't remember what they were called.
Tribble?
Wow.
Yes, that's it. The Tribble.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd for
It's-
knowing that.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up now.
Is that art behind you? That's a gorgeous photo. Oh, you just said it.
Yeah. Taylor
That's so
Swift.
awesome.
So there,
yeah.
there was a store in Melbourne, and she imported some like really cool art from like overseas. So I've got this one, and then I've got a Kate Moss one as well from the same
Nice.
sort of like artist thing overseas.
Cool. So are you and Malika work together? Yeah, see, I'm a graphic designer and you're a photographer. We could work together.
I am a photographer.
Yes, indeed.
I've actually got to work on some new stuff soon.
Yeah. Mel is in Sydney. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So we're like just down the street from one another.
I
Basically.
know. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just, you know, like 12-hour drive, give or take.
Nothing serious. Nothing serious. Yeah. Just down the
Nothing
street.
you can't do in a day.
That's right. That's right. Hello, great success. How's it going? Who's your guest, Sal? Well, Sal's streaming
Another Australian.
us.
Yeah.
Sal's streaming us as well. So great success. You must be watching from Sal's channel. Yeah. So
Oh, if you are, then go over to EU's. I pinned the link.
yeah. Well, whenever you're ready. But when it comes to trivia time, if you want to play the trivia game, you need to be in my channel because otherwise it won't work. I think. Pretty sure it won't work. So yes, absolutely. C-swept. Mel is a hottie.
Oh,
Absolutely. Cool. So you do hear it? Do you hear a difference in accent? I don't think so.
For me, I actually do. It's so like you
Yeah.
can kind of pick up in Australia where there's a few different,
It's a little different.
accents.
Really? Okay. I can only hear the difference between Bogan accents and me. So, well, and you don't have Bogan accent, but Bogan accent is like, how's it going, mate? Like that.
Yeah,
That's
mate.
Bogan. Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
I can only hear that. So, apart from that, there's like normal Australians and there's that. So,
Yeah, there's normal Australians and then there's Bogan.
then there's Bogans. Yeah. You people probably don't even know what a Bogan is.
Bogan's like a redneck. That's
Yeah,
kind
redneck.
of the,
Redneck.
that's kind
That's
of the equivalent.
100%. That's an Australian redneck is a Bogan.
Bogan.
Bogans. Yes. Great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's Sunday morning and it's really early. I only got up at like 4 a.m. for Darlie.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
set my alarm for 4 a.m. and then I slept in. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to be up early today.
Indeed. Did you have you watched this trial before? I'm surely you have.
That's the
Possibly.
Oh, first we'll look at this.
qual.
Yeah, the qual. Let's look at the qual. Quali qual. Look at him. Can you zoom in a bit? Oh.
You see?
Oh my god.
So cute.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
it is very cute.
Oh. Okay, so how do they have a photo of it doing things? Expected to
Well, I
find a
expected
cat.
to find a cat.
Hello,
That's not it.
kangaroo. That's not a cat. No, that's not a qual.
Oh, my husband hit a kangaroo last week.
Really?
Fun story. Yeah. He was driving through the national park at night
Oh,
and
he hit
a
one?
little kangaroo, just jumped out into the road.
They jump out.
And
yeah.
they just jump out like during day, night. And you're not meant to stop because then you
Really?
can because the roads are so tiny in the national park, you're actually not meant to stop. You're just meant to keep going.
Correct.
Luckily, it wasn't a huge kangaroo.
Oh, look at him.
So you don't swerve or anything?
And you're not meant to.
No, because that can be
Unfortunately.
even more dangerous.
Mm.
Yeah, but they can really clean your car up bad.
Oh,
Yeah, they are solid.
Oh yeah.
They're all muscle.
Yeah.
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 So well, you're right on Bronze. We do need to see more quokkas at some point. We might do that at the end of the stream. Quokkas are the happiest animals in the world,
Are they?
and they are by far our cutest animal and our most underrated animal.
Do you
By
have them
far.
in like Northern Australia still?
No, quokkas. No, they live in South Australia and off the coast of Western Australia on
Okay.
Rottnest Island. People
But they
go
were
there.
extinct
Quokkas? No.
in Southern, or thought to be extinct.
They're pretty rare.
Oh, they said they hadn't been seen since like 1880 there.
Quokkas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing about quokkas is that they are pretty endangered mainly because of the fact that people just like to go and play with them. And
they friendly?
yes, they are like,
Really?
yeah,
they make good pets?
legit look like that.
Oh.
I just love the fact that everyone thinks that koalas are like lovely and like cuddly.
Oh no.
Oh, scratch your face off.
No.
Yeah.
Give you diseases.
Oh god, they're disgusting.
And give you
animals.
diseases. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, they don't actually like being cuddled.
no.
No, they
And
don't.
their claws.
You're just talking about a different animal.
Are you?
Sorry, no, I'm not. What am I talking about?
I was talking about the spotted-tailed quoll.
Oh, the spotted-tailed quoll. That's the one we were just looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the only spotted-tailed quoll anyone's seen since the 1800s because we thought they were extinct.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Right?
Probably they were just
Yeah.
hiding. They were just hiding somewhere
Yeah.
where people don't live.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
They're like,
fuck
screw
away
you
from
guys.
these humans. Screw you guys.
Screw you guys.
Screw you guys. Fair enough too. All right, let's get back into this. I was just going to say to you, surely you've seen this trial.
Possibly, I'm not quite sure.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, regardless whether you have or not, hopefully you're finding it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Alrighty, our friend, the mother of Kat, is having a little bit of a moment right now. I think it's about her third moment of her testimony. She said she had to go to the loo, but who knows? She might be having a little cry out the back. Not sure, but she's coming.
Maybe
back
she
in
misses
a
her
second.
son-in-law.
Look, maybe.
I'll just leave this.
Here we go. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There she goes.
Thank you. Attorney Brown.
All right, don't drink the hand
Attorney Vera,
sanitizer.
did the defense wish to engage in cross-examination at this time?
Yes, thank you.
Mm.
Would you prefer if I call you Dulce or Ms. Melander?
Dulce.
Okay.
Dulce.
I promise I'm not as scary as I make it seem right now. Sometimes I just have to tell Bill not to do things, and that's what we're doing, okay? So I just have a couple questions for you.
Oh, Bill.
And I know you may not like this topic, but I just want to clear up some points. When you were talking about Cress in the farm and in the pool, she was topless, correct?
Yes.
Letting
And-
the girls out.
It makes you uncomfortable, correct? Talking about it.
I was
Very.
jealous.
So when we saw you, that was just you being uncomfortable about Cress being topless and Chandler having to see that, correct?
Both.
Both the fact that she was topless and the fact that Chandler had to see.
No, that the fact that she was topless and that Chandler came in the pool.
Gotcha. Okay. But as far as
Same.
Chandler making you feel uncomfortable,
Yeah,
that's not
she
something
did.
that you were feeling personally. It was just the situation with
Oh,
Cress
really?
being topless.
Yeah, it was good.
And let me ask it this way. That day in the pool on the 5th, it was just a weird situation. Is that fair?
It was
That's an
very
understatement.
weird,
Okay.
the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
Just a little-
Yeah.
Chandler was acting dopey. I think that's what the DA used.
Yes, but also I know Chandler that he is very polite, so I was like kind of surprised how there he went in the pool when Chris was topless, and he made me uncomfortable for that.
And that makes total sense. I would react that way too. Now, as far as your interactions with Chandler go, You mentioned that you took him out to dinner.
It wasn't dinner. It was more like lunch. I think I say it was midday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you took him out for lunch
She
and it
did
was just
say
you and
dinner.
him, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Was that the first time you had interactions with Chandler where it was just you and him?
Yes.
That would be awkward.
And most of the times he's
Yeah, but
with Kat.
Very nice of
correct?
her. She's very sweet.
Yes.
And you also mentioned something about whenever it's him and Kat and you guys cook. Is that correct?
Then cook. Yeah. Chandler is
Barbecue.
Yes.
Does Chandler help out?
Chandler likes to make good salmon. So yeah, Catherine and Chandler they cook.
So
they
they
leave a
cook-
mess, but yeah.
How is you
As they do.
pork?
Yeah.
So they cook, you take advantage, but then you have to clean. Is that fair?
Well, I have to clean. Yeah.
Is the food worth it at least?
I beg your pardon.
Is the food worth the cleaning? Sorry, is the food worth the cleaning that you
Good
have to do?
question.
Oh, yes. Chandler is a good cook.
And I have the same problem you do, where sometimes I need to speak into the mic, so that's why I'm sitting down right now.
Okay.
So in general, your interactions with Chandler and Kat, they're good, yes?
Ah,
In some ways, yes.
really?
And Chandler is a quiet person, correct?
With
yes.
Peter?
And we'll see your daughter later, but she brings
Yeah.
out some of Chandler's funniness, if you will.
Yes. He can be funny.
He can be funny, but normally he's just quiet. He's a quiet guy.
I think is when they were together. I mean, he was kind of funny. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
He's got a funny bone in him. And a thigh bone and a
in a way.
femur and a
Yeah.
foot.
Yes, we're all funny in a way. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any other questions for you. Thank you so much.
Any regret? May this witness be excused and released?
It gives a bit of splashback.
You're excused from testifying any further today, or at least this morning. But the state is maintaining you under subpoena, which means you can't discuss your testimony with anyone else.
Thank
And
you,
they'll let
great
you know when you're
success.
released from the subpoena itself, all right? Thank you, and you can take the water with you. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
yeah, I don't have the water.
Oh, if it's all gone, that's fine too. Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
And she goes out, sometimes she'll put it back, and I don't know about it. That could have happened, I don't know.
But there's a target that.
And back.
Gary
Alrighty.
Busey, come on
And
down.
we are.
And do so safely and responsibly. Testifying without a mask would be our preference. Would that be something you could feel that you could do today?
No,
All right, if you prefer to maintain your mask, I understand. Pull them
Good Lord, woman.
because it does muffle our sound naturally.
Okay.
And if I have trouble hearing you and I'm really close to you,
Oops.
I'll ask you to do even closer, just so everybody who's a little further away can hear. And as you can hear, the blowers are on this morning, so.
Oh, the blowers are
muffles
on.
Sound a little bit. Thank you.
Okay.
Please proceed, Attorney Raymond.
Thank you. Could you please state your full name, both first and last, for the
Right.
record, and then spell both your first and last name?
Tell me if it's
Tsai,
too fast, but she talks slow.
CRESENT, L''SAI.
And Ms. Tsai, do you know somebody by the name of Dulce Melander?
Yes, I do.
How do you know her?
She's my girlfriend.
Okay. And does she refer to you often as press?
Yes, everyone mostly does. And you
Okay.
can as well.
And do you know somebody by the name of Catherine Melander?
Yes, I do.
How do you know her?
I know her through Dulce.
Yeah, the
She's
witness
daughter.
looks like Gary Busey.
And through Catherine or Kat, did you become acquainted with somebody by the name of Chandler Halderson?
Yes,
And I'd ask, the judge will probably ask everyone to remove their masks, besides you and the jury, but could you
Ready?
see Mr. Halderson Chandler in the courtroom today?
yes, I do.
As you look at the faces, I'll ask everyone not in the jury box to lower their mask and then replace their mask.
I'll just.
Go ahead and answer the question if you could.
Yes.
Could you just let us know where he's seated and perhaps the color of his shirt?
Well, he's sitting over across the room over there. He's got a blue tie on.
Okay, I'd ask the record to reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
It shall.
What sort of
Gonna
relationship
go into
did you
quarantine
have with
after this
Chandler
because everybody removed their masks
in
for 3
June
seconds.
or so of 2021?
This year?
Yes.
Well,
Well, last year technically because it's January, but yes.
true, yeah. Well, I didn't spend a whole lot of time with Chandler. I got to know him through Catherine mostly. Most
Sure.
of the times I saw him were either with get-togethers or through her.
Okay. And roughly, where do you live?
In Cottage Grove, in the town.
In a rural part of Cottage Grove?
Yes,
And just while I approach you, I'm going to put my mask on.
thank you.
Nobody's ever complained I was quiet. I'm
I'm
going
a
to show you what's
springer.
been marked and received.
Can't
As
wait.
Exhibit 57. Is this an overhead picture of your property in Cottage Grove?
Lucky Chandler.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So your house, you can barely see the roof right there. Is that correct?
I
That's
know,
correct. It's in
right,
the wooded
John?
area.
Okay, and that's like the top half, almost
Gotta
right
look
in
on
the
the
middle of
bright side
Exhibit
of life.
57. And this is a barn or a
He's
shack?
having a
Yeah, it's
grand
a
old
tobacco shed.
time.
Okay, and right here, this is a pool?
Yes,
Okay.
Another day, another
And all of
murder.
this wooded area.
Judge is going to ask
Is
her
that
if he
your
can seize
property?
him next.
yes,
And there's more property over here that's not shown.
true. That's correct.
What
Can
is
I go
on that
swimming?
property?
You mean the part that's unseen?
You have
Yeah.
room for one more in your
Grassy
pool,
area,
ma'am?
It's in the CRP
bit
program,
near.
set-aside program, so it's just for wildlife.
So it's like wildflowers. Some people might describe it as like a briar, like little
Yeah,
bushes.
yeah, there's actually wild raspberries and things that can grow.
Yeah.
Right?
They're
Yeah.
together. They're fiancés.
Before July 4th weekend, how many times approximately had Chandler been out to your property?
Ooh, I couldn't say exactly. I could give you an estimate.
Sure,
You
an
know,
estimate is just fine.
like 10 or 12 times maybe.
Okay. And did he ever come out there prior to the July 4th weekend by himself, or was he always with somebody else?
He always was with someone else. He'd never come out there alone before that I'm aware of.
Okay. And generally, I assume that was his girlfriend, Kat?
Yeah, she was always with him.
Okay. And prior to July 4th weekend, what understanding did you have as far as what Chandler did for a living?
Well, what I understood is he'd gotten a job at American Family. He was working there as far as I knew.
And did you have any understanding as if he was attending school or not?
I knew he had been in school, but I didn't know if he was going to school recently, but I knew he was in school. He was getting ready to graduate.
Okay. Do you see Chandler Halderson over the July 4th weekend?
Yes,
And what day did you see him?
on Sunday.
So July 4th itself.
Yes.
How did Mr. Halderson behave on that day?
Jesus.
Well, he kind of seemed a little not like himself. if that
Can
makes
you
sense.
describe that? What do you mean by that?
He just seemed kind of off, like kind of weird, actually.
Okay.
I mean, I remember asking him how he felt, because he just kind of seemed.
Okay. You asked him how he felt. What did you remember how he responded?
Yeah, he just said, "Oh, I'm doing okay, or I'm doing the best that I can," and because he had an accident, he fell down the stairs or something. So I thought maybe it was because of the accident that he was acting off.
Sure. Was he displaying any physical symptoms on July 4th?
Not that I saw, no,
Okay. Was he wearing a neck brace at all on July 4th when you saw him?
no,
Did he act in any way that he seemed like disabled? Did he have any trouble walking or anything like that?
no, I didn't notice that.
Okay. Did you have any one-on-one conversations with Chandler on July 4th?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, shortly after he was done eating, the kids were sitting at the table in my family room, and they'd gotten up, and I was kind of walking towards the kitchen, and he approached me and asked me if he could have my phone number, my personal phone number, because he wanted to know if he could come and use the pool.
Okay. Did you give him your number?
Yeah, I gave him my cell number, and I also gave him my landline,
Okay.
because I don't always answer my cell phone, and I don't have voicemail on my cell phone.
Okay. Did you guys have any further discussion on that day?
I don't recall.
Okay. So obviously prior to July 4th, he didn't have your number to your knowledge.
Not to my knowledge, I didn't give it to him.
Okay. And in all fairness, when you hung out with Chandler prior to July 4th, it was always with other people.
Yes.
Namely Dulce and her family.
Correct.
Okay. As of July 4th, did you have any knowledge about the whereabouts of Chandler's parents?
No, I didn't even know their names.
Did you know whether or not, had you heard any stories or anything about them being missing at this point?
No.
Okay. Let's fast forward to the next day, Monday, July 5th. Did you have any interactions with Chandler on Monday, July 5th?
Yes.
What's the first interaction you had with Chandler on that day?
Yeah, see?
The first interaction was I
Everyone's
opened
pretty
up my
happy.
window. I live in a two-story, and I saw a car in my driveway. I came in from outside
Is
to
that
get a drink of
Chaz?
water, and I saw a car, and I didn't recognize
This
the
was the
car.
third?
And someone was standing in my driveway, and it was Chandler. So I
Okay.
opened the window because he was kind of standing holding his phone and
Oh, no,
looking
it was
around.
the-
So I opened the window and I asked him if he was okay. And
Maybe
he
the
said, yeah. And I
fifth.
said, are you here to use the pool? And he said, yeah, would that be all right? And I said, yeah, sure.
Were you expecting Chandler that day?
No,
All right. So do you remember about what time he showed up to use your pool? Just approximate, if you remember.
it was in the afternoon. I just remember coming in. It was really
Oh,
hot that day. I was
I
working on
use
a
the
project.
pool.
And so I came in to get a drink of water. So
I still can't get the pool out of my head.
And
Yeah, I
what
know,
was Chandler
right?
like when you talked to him right there about using the pool? Was it
Come
anything
to clean the
noteworthy?
pool.
you mean when he was in the
Zip
driveway?
Yeah,
We need to find
Well, he
that.
just looked a little kind of
sure
spaced
we
out a
do.
little bit,
Yeah.
sure.
That's why I was kind of, because he kept looking around and holding his phone and, and like I said, I was just a little startled because I'm like, who's here,
Sure. Your property is pretty remote.
Yeah, it is.
And your property, just to clear things up, is in Dane County, Wisconsin.
Correct.
So what happened after you told Chandler he could use the pool?
Well, he drove up, because if you come, I live on a hill, and when you come to the driveway, it's kind of in the middle of the hill, and so you have to drive further up the hill to where the pool is. So he drove up there.
Okay. Did you see at this time when he was going to use the pool, did you see at this time where he parked?
No, I did not see where he parked at that time.
Okay. All right. So do you guys have any further discussion before he goes to use the pool?
He did come down to where I was working on my project, which was putting on a ramp on my deck. I was putting a ramp so that my father and my brother could get up and down the deck in their, on the scooter and the wheelchairs.
Okay.
And so
On a
when I was working on
deck.
that, he'd come down. There's a hill that leads down to my house, and he'd come walking down that hill. And then we had a conversation.
What did you guys talk about?
Well, he was telling me about his accident. He said he was at a doctor's appointment. And so he was talking to me about what the doctor had said and what was going on.
Did he tell you when that appointment had been?
I don't remember.
Okay. What did he say occurred?
Well, he told me that he had like damage, and I asked him where, and he said in this area of his head, in the back of his head. And
All right. So you put your hand right
yeah,
above the
he
top
said
of your neck.
Back here, yeah,
Okay.
the back of his head.
And did he elaborate on what that damage was?
Well, he said it wasn't good, that they might have to do some surgery or
Good
something.
question.
And,
All
he
night.
said he was having trouble
It took
like with
hours.
numbers, and he said he got lost. He had to use a GPS.
And the body
He just,
parts were
like,
still in the
said his
house when
mind was
Kat
kind of
came
messed up
over.
and wasn't thinking so
In the
well.
freezer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they slept next to the
Did you guys discuss
fireplace. He was
anything
trying to
besides just
burn.
his physical health?
Yeah, I asked him, you know.
Took him a lot longer than he thought it
basically how
was
he's
going to, I
overall doing
think.
Oh yeah.
He
about his
didn't
job,
really
'cause he
think it
said he
through.
was getting a
Yeah,
new job in Florida. And I
um,
asked him about that. And like,
What did he say?
well, he said that he probably wasn't going to get the
The
job.
bone
Some
person
manager told him that it
who we
wasn't going to work out
analyzed,
because
there
of
was, I guess the
his injury, that he wasn't able to
like,
work.
he
And then I
kept
asked
using
him
the
about-
wrong saw.
The anthropologist.
Yes, thank you. He kept using like the wrong types of saws and like
Yeah.
couldn't get it going. So like he'd start going, but then it would break, or like he'd stop and get a different one and have to start again all over. So like the bones are all like
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
Like,
there
well, I
was...
started now. I can't stop.
No, exactly.
it was just like, you know, one of those tasks you think is going to be easy and then you get to it and just nothing works. Like you
Yep.
don't have the right tools
A
for it. So
thousand
you're
years
just
later.
Yeah.
he's like scissors now trying to like chop it.
God damn you.
Damn it.
Trying to
I'll try
bread.
another one. I'll try another one. Hang on. And it's sort of like in a cartoon, you know, when things aren't working, you just like throw it over your shoulder.
Finally, I got this thigh off.
Yeah.
Now the next thigh. God damn it.
And the way they found like the weapons, it's just like he just threw them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Everything
he
but
just
the kitchen.
tossed them in a barrel on her property. Like all
Yeah,
the
there's just like
knives
bits of
and saw
tissue
blades.
on them.
Yeah.
He didn't try at all.
How dare you do a lazy murder?
I know.
Maybe he could go back to American Family, and he said no, he didn't. He said that wouldn't
Was it a
happen, wouldn't be able to do that. So he seemed concerned
Yes, and
about, you know, maybe not having a job and
least
what
they
he
were
was gonna
found
do.
with their
And
underwear
I asked
on.
him, you know, would he talk to his parents? You know, maybe
he
should he
needed
talk
that
to
deck
them? And,
cleanup.
you know, things like that, just to try to reassure him because he just seemed upset about this news that he'd gotten from the doctor.
Sure. And what did he respond to that?
To what?
I'm sorry, to talk to the idea of talking to his parents.
think
about
we
his
already knew
job
that,
and
Jack.
health.
And he said, no,
Springs.
they're still up north. And I just says, well, you know, maybe it would help you to talk to them. And his response is, he says, no, they'll just be mad. And which seemed odd to me, why his parents would be upset with him, that he was hurt and couldn't work. You know, it just seemed odd to me.
Okay. How long do you think this conversation took place?
Oof, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. What happened after the conversation?
Well, I think, I'm trying to remember, Dulce showed up. She'd come, I wasn't expecting her, but she had come to the house, and she came through the house. We were sitting on the deck, and she came and was like, what's going on? And I said, oh, well, I'm just chatting with Chandler here. And I guess he doesn't have such good news. And then she came out and sat down and asked what was going on. And then we started to kind of go back over what him and I had talked about to explain to her what was happening.
Sure. And the jury's already had the opportunity to hear from Dulce, so I don't need you to repeat anything that she said.
Okay.
But what kind of happened next in the events of?
Well, then he
that
went
day?
to go use the pool because before he'd come down and I'd asked him, you know, how was the pool? He didn't answer. And so he said he was going to go back to use the pool. And then Dulce and I continued to talk because we just felt something was a little odd, you know, so we were concerned, and her and I had a conversation about him of what was going on.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
Well, I kind of got irritated. It was so hot and I wanted to go swimming, and I was waiting for him to be done using the pool so I could go jump in the pool. And so I was getting impatient and waiting, you know, wondering what was taking him so long. So I said, look, I'm going to go get in the pool. I'm done. You know, I'm hot and I'm
I'm
tired
gonna
and
let
I
the
want to
girls
go cool off. And she said, okay. So she went to go get her suit. And then her and I have this little riding lawnmower. And so we got on the riding lawnmower to go up to tell him, hey, we're gonna go swimming now. And when we
Two-seat
got up there,
lawnmower.
he wasn't in the pool, and the cover was still on the pool. And
Okay, so hold on. The pool has a cover.
yeah, I have like a solar. It heats up. It helps get the water warm, so it just lays flat on the top.
Sure.
So it's got like a little bubble.
And obviously you have to remove said cover to get into the pool.
Yeah, there's times I got lazy where I could fold it over just to get in, but I usually like to take it off so I could have the whole
Was it
pool.
folded over so somebody could get in at all?
No,
All right. So the covers on the pool is Chandler in sight when you're over by the pool.
no.
Okay. And just is exhibit 57. Here's the pool, the round blue. This is an aerial photo, so it almost just looks like a dot.
Right, that's the pool area.
Okay. So what do you do next?
Well, when we drove up and you could kind of see no one was in the pool, and I didn't see, I was looking for him, and then when I looked to my right, when we came up the hill, I had the doors open in the shed, and I could see through the shed that his car was parked on the other side of the shed.
All right. Can you approach exhibit 57 here and kind of point to where you
Like a
saw
golf
Chandler's
cart.
vehicle?
Yep.
We came up, there's a hill here, and we came up, and we could see through the doors.
You
The car was parked right about here.
Okay. Thank you. So he was parked kind of near, this is some wood and an oil drum.
Yeah, there's a pile of timber logs, and then it's like my scrap junk pile for metal and things.
Fair. And it's kind of near the wooded line here. Okay. All right. So I'm not the best estimator, Judge. I would say 4 inches south of the barn, maybe 1 inch above the oil tank on exhibit 57 is the area that the witness
Inches.
pointed.
That seems to be a fair description, yes.
Okay. I'm going to have you sit down just so we can hear you nice and loud on that microphone.
Okay.
So what do? You see his, oh, well, hold on 1 second. Do you remember what kind of vehicle he was driving that day?
It was like a little station wagon, like a hatchback.
Okay.
It might have been a Subaru, I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you know,
Is
was the hatch
that
open,
Subaru?
closed, something
The
else?
back hatch, the back was
Of
open.
course, she has
Okay.
a Subaru.
All right, so that's where you observed the car, the back hatch, or if you're not a car person like me, you say the trunk was
Well, Bob
open.
had a
What do you do?
Subaru.
Well, yeah, because we go
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
not in the pool, and we see the
Yeah.
car, and then I'm like,
So
what the
he
heck is
used
going on?
his
What's he doing?
dad's Subaru
And I
to
said, well, I'm going to go over and
dispose
Dulce
of
was
his
like,
torso.
we were like, what's he doing? You know, what is going on?
Classy.
Sure.
So we drove over to see if he was in the back of the car. Was he sleeping? What was he doing? Was he smoking weed or something? We didn't know. So we drove over there and with the mower and approached, and I drove to the back of the car because the back end was back towards me,
Okay, so the back end was facing closer to the barn or the oil drum?
towards me. The front end was facing the shed.
Oh, towards you right now.
Yes, towards
Okay,
me
so
right
toward
now.
the woods, towards the wood
Yes,
line,
it's facing this way.
the trunk hatch
Was
is up.
So
Okay.
we drove in the mower and drove to the back of the car because I thought maybe he was in the back of the car
Sure.
taking a nap or I don't know. And we look in there and there wasn't anything in the car that we could see.
Okay, and at this point, you see the car, it's empty, or there's no Chandler in it. Do you see Chandler anywhere on your property?
No, because then we stopped and we're like, what the heck? We're looking around. What's he doing? Where is he? And you know, Dulce was kind of upset at that moment because she's thinking maybe he's doing drugs or something. She was really upset, thinking maybe he's
Drugs.
doing drugs or something. What the
Okay.
hell is he doing? So I said, I don't know, but I'm done. I'm going to get in the pool.
Yeah,
I
drugs
just was
is
hot and
bad,
irritated
tell you
and just
what.
didn't want to deal with it. And so I said, I'm going to the pool. So
I'd
we
prefer
left
it was
and drove
doing
and parked
drugs
the
than
mower
what it
by
was
the pool.
really
Okay,
doing.
so you took your mower
Drove back
over by the pool.
and parked and then
He
proceeded
was
and got in the
smoking
pool.
something.
Okay. So
Fart.
you're in the pool.
Ooh.
When is the next time you see Chandler?
Do you want me to show you on that map?
Absolutely, I would love that. Why don't you do it and then I'll say it again so it's in the mic.
We were in the pool, and I'd say it was right approximately in this area. He was walking this way towards us, coming towards us. I thought maybe he was going to the car, but then he went past the car and kept coming towards us.
Okay, so why don't you sit and I'll try to say it again in the mic. So you saw him, you kind of pointed, there's some white, I don't know what that is. It
I
might
don't
just be
know.
a
Oh, those
wood.
are old beehives, probably.
Oh, okay,
I got
so-
a bunch of beehives that I cleaning out my shed, and they were old, and I just threw them out there.
Okay, was he kind of coming from that area?
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Amazing
walking
disgrace.
like that direction, like towards that way. Yeah,
All
coming
right,
that way.
and his car was here, but he walked
See,
past his car, you said,
Yes,
and then walked over by the pool?
right.
Okay, do you remember what he was wearing?
Like baggy shorts. He had a shirt on, I thought before, and when he came back, he didn't have a shirt.
So when he was approaching the pool, coming out of the wooded area, no shirt?
Right.
Okay. All right, so he's approaching the pool, does he actually get up to the pool?
Yeah, he came up to the pool, and I said, "Hey, Chandler, I don't have a shirt on."
Sure.
Because I
That's
go
okay.
shirtless in my pool. That's kind of why I was waiting for him to leave because I wanted to have
Don't
a
worry
privacy
about
in the pool.
Sure.
Well,
Okay, you tell him you don't have a shirt on, what
you're
happens
like,
next?
hello.
And he said, "Well, if it would be all right,
I
I'd
don't
like
think you have to
get
tell
in the
somebody
pool.
you have no
I'm kinda
shirt on.
sticky and I'm hot." And I remember looking at
fairly
Dulce because I
obvious.
want to be respectful, and I said, "Well, I don't have a problem with it." Dulce, if you don't, and she just kind of was shrugged, and I kind of could tell she didn't really like it. But she just kind of
Dulce
turned
had a
and
problem with
whatever.
it.
And so I said, "Okay." And so then I kind of turned, and he got in the pool, and he went to the east side of the pool, and we kind of went to the west side of the pool.
Okay, and was he actively swimming? Or
No,
something
he
else?
just kind of dipped up and down and kind of was like washing, like himself off. He said it was kind of
Kinda like what you do
scratchy
after you
on his walk, and
unalive two
itchy
people.
and sticky. So he
Yeah,
just
clean
So you
yourself
did a
off.
motion with your
Yeah.
hands,
yeah,
and
like
you
he
said the
kind
word
of,
wash.
yeah, like he dunked down, and then he kind of like
Ugh.
doing like this and dunked down and
Careful with your head movements,
Okay,
ma'am.
kind of washing himself.
That
rinsing
microphone.
himself.
yeah, and then it was odd because he just seemed really different when he got in the pool from when he was talking to us before.
Different how?
Well, he seemed more lucid, like he just seemed more present.
More lucid.
Did you say present or pleasant?
Present, like focused.
Pleasant.
You're welcome.
Like he just got rid of
It's like, I just got
450
done
pounds.
unliving
What happened
people, so
next?
now I'm more pleasant.
Well,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Dulce was
Like
starting
he just
asking
got
questions
rid of
because
350
I think she was
pounds of
concerned
dead
maybe he was
weight.
doing some drugs.
Yeah.
And I think she just wanted to sort of see if he was. So she started asking questions.
that was
and
a
Anyone
lot
would
of-
feel
things like
better
that.
after that.
to see how
Yeah,
he would
yeah.
respond. Because while he was gone and we were in the pool, that's what she spoke to me mostly about, is what's going on with him. I'm worried. I don't know why he's
much
acting
better
this
now.
way. What's he doing? And so
Just to clear this up though, no paraphernalia or any evidence of drugs was ever
none,
found.
no, ever.
Okay.
And he admitted,
Oh,
that
thank
was
God.
one of the questions. She says, if you're doing drugs, Chandler, I'm telling you right now, that's a deal breaker. And if you ever come in, he said, I will never, ever bring drugs to the house. or I
That's a
don't do
deal
drugs.
breaker, but
You know,
that's all.
she
I
can
just wanted to clear
But
that.
Yeah,
up.
she can find
unaliving
out about
someone, I mean.
Okay.
That's
What
It
fine.
happens.
Body parts
Well,
in
we
the
just started
yard.
talking, you know,
all
she
good.
was worried where was he going to stay because he thought he lost his job, and she was offered to say he could stay maybe at her house in town for a while if he needed to.
Pardon me, I have to interrupt here. This is all hearsay.
Agreed. I'll go ahead and ask to rephrase the question, and those last responses
Sure.
fall in that category.
Outside of specifics of the conversation, how long was Chandler in the pool?
Oh, maybe 15 minutes-ish, roughly.
All right. And at some point, does he get out of the pool first or do you?
He got up first. He said he was in a hurry. He had to go. That Catherine was getting dinner or something, and so
I
he
got
was
stuff
like
to do.
on a mission and had to like let's go, and he got out and went to the car and drove off.
Okay.
Hope he wasn't
And his car that he went to was over there
aroused.
by the oil tank near the wood line.
Right.
God,
All right. I just want to
golly.
back up here a second. You said at first, when you first talked with him on the deck when you were working on a project with Dulce, he then left to supposedly go swimming, and then you didn't see him until he walked out of the wood line later. About what was the time gap between there? Between the time he said, I'm going to go to the pool, and the time he actually went to the pool?
The first time or the second time, or all together? Because there was,
Altogether. So the time you were on the deck working on your project.
and he showed up, and by
Right,
the time
and
he
then
left,
from the time he left you at the deck area until you saw him walk out of the wooded area,
Oh.
about what was the time frame in there?
I'm guesstimating, you know, maybe 45 minutes, an hour-ish, maybe.
Okay,
It's a long
It's
time.
a guesstimate.
okay.
It was a while. Like it just to me, it seemed forever because I wanted to get in the pool. So it just seemed like a long time.
That's all she wanted.
She wanted to take her top off. I mean,
That's
And then
it.
after he got out of the pool, he got
Yeah.
into his vehicle and drove away.
Yeah.
she was in a hurry.
Now,
She
later
was
that day, did you find out that he actually had attempted to contact you prior to coming to your property?
Yeah, later,
Oh,
I
hey.
remember
Lord.
seeing the message was blinking on my landline. And
Hi.
so I pressed it, and then
There
a name
goes
came up, and I
Sonia.
didn't know I didn't recognize the name, and then I heard Chandler's voice. So he had left me a message, but I didn't realize it until after he'd come and gone, and I listened to it later.
Oh,
So he left you a
so that
message
made
or
it
a
less
voicemail.
creepy.
Yeah, and saying he wanted
I
to come,
forgot
could
about
he come and use
this.
the pool?
And did you turn that message or voicemail over to the Dane County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I did.
And did you turn over a true and accurate copy of that message?
Yes, it's still on there right now.
I would at this time move Exhibit 64 into evidence.
I listen
No
to his
objection.
voice at
It is
night
received.
sometimes.
And I would ask to publish
This is
the message to the
interesting.
jury.
You may.
He did call.
Is this supposed to be going on? Okay.
The screen in front of you shows what the jury's seeing.
All right, thank you. That's good there.
Hi, Seth, this is Chandler. I just got back with some pretty terrible news from my doctor, so I was wondering if I could come by. Just, I don't know, take a couple laps to the pool or hang out, something. I'm not having the most ideal day, I suppose. So call me back, 920-838-4549. Thank you. Bye.
Not having the most ideal
Monday,
day.
4:25 p.m.
understand.
And this
Oh,
was message
boo.
116.
Okay.
Okay. On July 7th, the next day, that Tuesday, did you receive any communication from Chandler?
Not directly from Chandler, no.
Yeah,
But I
appreciate
heard
that.
otherwise that he was trying to come out, and I was having trouble with my phone for some reason, wasn't working my landline, and I was kind of feeling stressed and didn't really want to deal with anybody at the farm that day.
All right, and so did Chandler end up coming out on the 7th?
No.
Or, I'm sorry, that's the 7th, okay. Later in the course of this investigation, various items were found on your property that you were made aware of. Is that fair?
Yes.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
Yeah,
Let me inquire, counsel.
not the best day when, things don't go as planned.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Please be seated.
You don't become Picasso in a
Attorney
day.
Raymond.
No.
Thank you. Cress, I'm going to approach you and show you a series of pictures of things found on your property and talk to you about
It
them.
was his ultimate fantasy.
Yeah. That's it.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
First, I'm going to show you what's marked as exhibits 58 through 63. Do you just want to look through those? Yeah, you absolutely.
Well, you thought Cress was very wise.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions here.
She was like the village
And we're
lesbian
gonna talk
elder.
about this later, but
You
exhibit
go to
True.
for advice.
is a garbage
Yeah,
can in
yeah.
the woods. Did you keep a Rubbermaid or a black rubber garbage can in your woods?
No,
Smitty.
Oh, wow.
And actually, no, I think it's not till day 10.
that's an old,
Yeah,
I
he was
don't
a
know if
little
it's fuel
ways.
oil or gas.
He's a long
for
way
scrap.
in, yeah.
I just haven't took it to the salvage yard yet.
Okay. Did you keep any tools in exhibit 59?
In there?
Yes.
No.
What is picture 60?
That's the entrance to my driveway, and I don't recognize the car. There's a bag, and that's where I keep my recycling and my trash.
And that bag appears to be a Target bag.
I think so, I'm not
Target
sure.
bag.
And 61 is a close.
Target.
Right.
Target, yes.
Mm.
That's
62 and 63 are some.
that's the posh way of
items
saying
found
it.
in that Target bag.
Mhm.
Did those items belong to your house?
No,
Did you throw those items away?
no,
And your father is 94, you said.
yes,
Only other person that lives there.
right. Well, my brother, but he was at assisted living at the time.
Okay. So your father, it would take great effort to go and throw anything away outside.
No, he couldn't.
State at this time would move exhibits 58 through 63 into evidence.
Any objection?
None.
They are received.
They are received.
And I will ask you about these in a minute, but if you want to just look through those in the meantime, I'm going to publish 58 through 63 to the jury.
She has 2 sets of glasses.
And Ms. Tsai, the
Maybe one for reading, one for distance.
See, yeah, maybe.
The clerk is working on that. That second group of photos that I showed you, how would you describe those as a group?
As a group, well, this is the tobacco shed that you call the barn. It's the shed. Looks better now, though.
Why does it look better now?
Well, yeah, because I cleaned it out. I got a big dumpster. Been meaning to do it for some years now. I didn't get through it because I got a little upset there for a
That's
second.
okay.
Oh, if you're
But
upset.
66 through 70 are pictures of your barn before you cleaned it out.
That's
I don't
correct.
appreciate my
And
property
71
being
through
used as a
74 are pictures
cemetery.
of something that you later found in your barn during the cleanout.
Yeah, there's that.
I would move to admit pictures 66 through 74.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
They are received.
They are received. I just love the way he says that.
While you have identified the exhibits and testified about them, the ability to publish them to the jury requires the state to go through them with you again, but with the jury able to see those photos at this time.
Okay, thank you.
It's never perfect because of the glare, but Cress, this is the garbage can picture exhibit 58 that I showed you that was found in the woods, but it was not yours.
No,
And how would you describe exhibit 59?
it's an old fuel tank that's been sitting there for a while. We're going to take it to salvage, and you have to cut a hole in there so that they know you don't fill it with concrete or something, so they want to look in there.
Okay. And again, you didn't keep anything such as tools inside of it.
No,
And exhibit 60, is that a picture at the end of your driveway?
right.
And is this where you keep the garbage cans?
Yeah, that's where I put the trash and the recycling.
Now, during the time of this, in the first week of July, did you have an experience of your garbage cans being moved?
No, not that I'm aware of. I don't recall. I don't even know if I took
He
trash out
just
that week.
left a bag
So you do not recall a day when
Out.
you left it at the road and then somebody put them back?
like that.
No, I'm not aware of
That's
that.
okay.
But that could have happened, just meaning because Dulce sometimes, like if the trash is out and she goes out, sometimes she'll put it back and I don't know about it. That could have happened. I don't know.
Sure, fair enough. But there's a Target bag here. Do you normally keep your trash outside of your garbage cans?
No, I would have put it in the trash.
All right. And that's exhibit 60. Exhibit 61. Just a close up of exhibit 60.
Right.
All right. And then I showed you exhibit 62, stuff that was found inside of that Target bag. Some rags with a substance on them. Did you throw away those rags?
No.
And exhibit 63, just been separated out.
You idiot.
Moving on, exhibit 66. How would you describe exhibit 66?
Well, that's the north side of my shed. And my little lawnmower.
Okay. And exhibit 67?
Yeah, it's just showing you the entrance there on the
A
north
farm
side.
transportation.
Exhibit 68.
Yep, that's the messy shed.
Exhibit 69, more the same?
Right.
Exhibit 70, there's an item here along the back wall, kind of by some boards.
Yeah, there's a bird bath there.
Can you tell at all from this angle what was behind the bird bath?
Well, there's a rifle there.
And at some point, you discover a rifle in your barn.
Yes.
Do you keep guns in your barn?
Not normally. My dad sometimes he'd keep a pellet gun up there, but he hasn't been walking for a few years, so.
So what did you do when you, well, first off, when did you first see this gun?
Well, I was organizing along the wall, you know, like I say, I was cleaning out my shed and I wanted to go through these like garden tools because making sure I still use them, were they broken, when I was going to throw them away. So and then I was organizing, putting lumber where the lumber goes, the recycling where the recycling goes. And so I lifted up a board and I saw a barrel of a gun and I thought, right away I thought, what's my dad, what the heck has he got his pellet gun over here? So I picked it up by the barrel and looked at it and I right away recognized it wasn't a gun that I'd ever saw or seen ever before.
And just to be clear for the jury.
I'm not going to hurt you, but thank you.
Yes, it was behind us. There was like maybe 4 or 5 different boards there.
So upon realizing you don't know where this gun came from, what do you do?
Well, the first thing is I just felt sort of the sick feeling and I set it back down and then I went to ask my father just to make sure that he didn't know about any gun in the shed. And I went and asked and he said, well, what does it look like or whatever? And I said, well, Dad, I'm just going to call the police. And then I called Krista, the head of the investigation. She left me her number. And I called her and spoke with her and told her what I'd found. And she told me that she was going to send somebody out.
Okay, and do you remember roughly what month?
Oh, it was in the middle of October-ish because I wanted to clean out the shed earlier, but the police were there for so long. My raspberries started, so it was after the raspberries were done, which was sometime in the end of October-ish.
Right.
So raspberries. A few months later.
Yes.
It's like, raspberries. Oh, she's got raspberries.
Is that a picture of the gun that you found in your barn?
Check it out. It's just sitting there.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is.
Yeah.
He just can't get him.
So lazy.
Do you want to look at the actual photo?
Yeah, that would be helpful. But it looks.
Hide in plain sight.
It's just there.
Yes.
Ms. Raymond, if you want to show that to the jury as you walk back towards the Elmo.
Bless you.
Oh.
And exhibit 72. Let's see if I can get a little better. That's just a close up of the same.
Look at it.
Yes.
It's huge. It's huge.
I actually will publish 73 and 74.
It's like at least tuck it behind something, right?
Do
So
something,
you said
man.
in October, after you found the gun, come and retrieve the gun.
Yes.
Right. Oh man.
And
I think
in
he lost
July,
a
when
few
Chandler was on your
brain
farm,
cells.
did you have your
Oh.
barn or your shed locked at all?
No.
No further
Come
questions.
on now.
Cross-examination?
Thank you. Good morning.
Dude.
Picking up where you just left off, do you ever lock or close up that
No
shed or
wonder
barn?
you didn't get a job
I
at
haven't for some years. When I
SpaceX.
used to go to Florida in the winter, I would close it and lock it, but I haven't been there for a while. So, no.
And is it fair to say that before you got the garbage bin and did the major cleaning of the shed, you didn't know exactly every item that was in there, right?
No, not every single item, no.
And you testified that there was a delay in getting the garbage bin and
yeah.
cleaning out that shed because the police were
100%.
there for a while.
That's correct.
How long were they there in possession of your property or on your property?
Ooh, seemed like forever. A couple of weeks at least, maybe longer.
And they had closed off that area to you?
Yes, they got kind of upset every time I come up with a lawnmower because I couldn't even mow my lawn and it was frustrating. So, but they pretty much kept me by my house. They didn't really want me anywhere around.
And was it your understanding that they were searching that area at that time?
Yeah, they were searching my whole property. They served me with a warrant.
Now, moving back in time a little bit to 4th of July weekend, I think I heard you testified that Chandler Halderson was not acting like himself. Is that right?
That's correct.
And it was for that observation that you and Dulce might have thought, oh, is he doing some drugs? Is that right?
It was a question because we couldn't figure out why he seemed a little off.
And you had never seen him like that before, right?
No.
And normally he's sort of a quiet, nerdy kid, right?
Yeah, that's a good description.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
And maybe
Nerdy,
since
but
I'm
not
the accused
smart.
At this time, She's excused, but not released. Correct. That means that you're still under the subpoena with which you've been served, so you can't discuss your testimony with anyone, but you're excused unless recalled by the state at any time. You can stay in touch with them. Thank you very much.
All right, thank
Have
you.
a good rest of your day.
Okay. I need to go into. Okay, no, we are not doing Cat Melander. Not right now, we're not anyway. Okay, so I have Dali, come back. Museum.
I was listening.
Okay. All right. So anyone who is Murph, you forgot about trivia? You haven't been taking notes? Or have you not been listening? All right. Anybody who is in Dali's chat right now needs to shift you over into my chat because I don't know if the trivia thing works if you're over in his chat. It might, but I don't know if it does. So I can't guarantee that. Okay. So la. I need to press start on that. And then I need to share
Must
that
have gone over to
tab.
yours.
I hope so, because I speak now or forever hold your peace. And then I go over to here. Haha, there we go. You've had your warnings, people. Alrighty. So we are very close, very, very close. Listening and laughing, laughing and listening. All right. Otherwise, it's egregious, salacious. Okay, so today we have, I think it's 8 questions. They're from both of the 2 testimonies. They may not be in order, so it might not be, what's the name, Dulce's testimony, then what's the name, Gary Busey's testimony. It might be mixed up. There might be some from the first one, some for the second one, and then backwards and forwards. Get to my chat. That's sneaky EU. What are you talking about?
Trying to get him out of my channel. No, that's fine. I only started my dual stream, so my subscribers would see it and raise the account, and I sent them over here.
Yeah, that wasn't planned at all. But no. But yeah, I don't even know. It's possible it might work if you're over in Sal's chat, but I just don't know.
I doubt it.
But yeah, probably doesn't. But yes, we're 30 seconds away. You ready? Oh, hey, this way up. How's it going? You're just in time. You're just in time. Some of them are hard. Some of them are easy. You might know them. You might not. Try your luck. Pixie is the standing winner, but she's gone. So now's your chance. Now's your chance. I'm going to take this overlay off so that we're definitely not going to miss anything. And make sure you listen hard to me because some of the type on the screen might be a little bit difficult to see. Okay, Kat's mum, Dulce, took Chandler out for lunch/dinner to celebrate 1, his new job, 2, his graduation, 3, his birthday, or 4, getting onto the police diving team. Put 1, 2, 3, or 4 into the chat. And Dali and Melissa Jane can both play because you guys don't know the answers to the questions. I did these myself. Kat's mum, Dulce, took Chandler out for lunch/dinner to celebrate 1, his new job, 2, his graduation, 3, his birthday, or 4, getting onto the police diving team. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Computing. His New York. Everybody got it right. And ALXLEJ, she was actually recounting a going out to dinner in the past when she did that testimony. So yes, he had just lost a new job. That's what he was feeling sad about. Yeah. And all of it was fake anyway. So 3, 2, 1. Dulce's emotional testimony was about 1, that Chandler considers McDonald's fine dining. 2, lawnmower rides never being the same again. 3, her girlfriend being topless in front of Chandler. 4, finding out her daughter's life partner most likely dismembered his parents. Dulce's emotional testimony was about 1, that Chandler considered McDonald's fine dining. 2, lawnmower rides never being the same again. 3, her girlfriend being topless in front of Chandler. Or 4, finding out her daughter's life partner most likely dismembered his parents. 1, 2, 3, or 4. By the way, if everyone gets everything right, it's about how quickly you put it in.
Yeah. So you want to be very fast.
Speed matters.
Be fast.
You want to come first.
You want to come first. That's
it's
right.
A race.
It's a race.
I win.
Oh, there you go. Nice, Sal. Then Murph. Good job. I need to make these more difficult. Don't worry, the difficult ones are coming. Next question in 15-14. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about it is, I would have thought she would have been a little bit more worried about the, this dismembering of the parents.
Yeah.
But no, she was really most traumatized by the topless thing.
Well, she was jealous.
Yeah. Okay. Dulce testified Chandler liked to cook, but wasn't good at 1, working with open flames. 2, getting the spice levels right. 3, cleaning up afterwards. Or 4, choosing the right condiments. Dulce testified Chandler liked to cook, but wasn't good at 1, working with open flames. 2, getting the spice levels right. 3, cleaning up afterwards. Or 4, choosing the right condiments. Well, I mean, she is Latina. You'd think that she would be a bit picky about what the flavors were. The flavoring, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling everyone's going to get this one too. Everyone's been listening today. Oh, check it out. Sarah, you're fast. Why are you so fast?
Oh, maybe it's
the delay.
The StreamYard feed is like 5 seconds delayed for YouTube.
Okay,
so I'll
you
wait
can't
till
play
everyone
anymore.
starts. I'll wait till everyone starts posting numbers and then do it.
Yeah. Okay, you're out.
No one wants to win.
All right, next. 2, 1. Boom. Don't worry, when it gets hard, you're not going to get it. The gruesome discoveries were found on Cress's property. 1, the week after the incident. That's in July. 2, a month later. That's in August. 3, 3 months later. That's in October. 4, 2 months later. That's in September. Hey, now gotcha. Gruesome discoveries were found on Cress's property. 1, the week after the incident. That's in July. 2, a month later. That's in August. 3, 3 months later. That's in October. 4, 2 months later. That's in September.
I'd really hate to think of the smell.
It was a pretty big property.
Still.
Hey, now we've got some different answers going. Bronzed and Paige, nice job. It was 3 months later, after the raspberries. I was surprised by that too. That was news to me. That was news to me.
I guess big property.
Yeah, because they kept her property for so long. It was under warrant for so long. Yeah. Okay, now Cress found the shotgun in the shed behind 1, one of her dad's old pellet guns. 2, a pile of old tires. 3, a bag of rusty tools. Or 4, a bird bath. Cress found the shotgun in the shed behind 1, one of her dad's old pellet guns. 2, a pile of old tires. 3, a bag of rusty tools. 4, a bird bath. See, I've got yous now, don't I? See, I lull you all into a false sense of security. Like, this is easy.
Yeah. Piece of cake.
Yeah, no problems. He's made it easy for us. Oh, quite a few people got it. Very good. Greedy, Alex, LEJ, Mel got it, Eris got it, Salvador, Paige, and 3 others who I can't identify right now, but I will later. Very good. Awesome. I didn't actually think that people would get that one. Bag of rusty tools, pile of old tires. And she did talk about one of her dad's pellet guns, but
Yeah.
no. When Chandler walked to the pool, he left his car, 1, just beyond the wood line, 2, past the oil drum by the wood line, 3, on the east side of the pool opposite the house, or 4, in the driveway. When Chandler walked to the pool, he left his car, 1, just beyond the wood line, 2, past the oil drum by the wood line, 3, on the east side of the pool opposite the house, or 4, in the driveway.
We need that.
Oh, we haven't got that.
No.
I talked about. Hey! Hey!
Hey!
Murph! On your Murph. Now, meow. Oh, I love it. Because that's the thing, like they talked about this a lot, right? And they got up and they pointed to it and they blah, blah, blah. So really, there's not many excuses for this one.
Because they're like, the pool was up here.
Yeah,
and
the
then
car was there. They really did. Yeah, see? Yeah, Mel, you got it. Cool. Chandler showed up for a swim on 1, July 6th, 2, July 5th, 3, July 4th, or 4, July 3rd. You guys should all get this. Chandler showed up for a swim on 1, July 6th, 2, July 5th, 3, July 4th, or 4, July 3rd.
This one's a tricky one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, this one's going to catch everyone. There's like so many different answers.
Oh, hey, jackpot! Nice one, jackpot, greedy, bronze, lone red, Eris, this way up, and 4 others. Nice job. Where's our music?
Calm down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Okay. And I think this is the last
more
question
like
coming
skinny
up.
dipping.
It is. Which item didn't Dulce wear? 1, glasses. 2, a red scarf. 3, a gold hair clip. Or 4, a black sweater. Which item didn't Dulce wear? 1, glasses. 2, a red scarf. 3, a gold hair clip. Or 4, a black sweater. I love the observation ones. How much did you pay attention? Hey! Yay, Murph. Woo! Nice. Very good. We have Murph and Online. Murph and Online are like right up there on the leaderboard generally. Okay, so God, my cat and dog are fighting like cats and dogs out there. Okay, so now we're waiting. Okay. Oh, it's like Murph. No, it's all on red. I thought it was Murph. It's all on red. Hang on, we need a clap. Where's the clap? No, not that. That'll do. Yay!
Good job.
Woo! Good job. Online.
Congratulations.
We have a new winner. We have look, I think, okay, so really, it might have been more of a burgundy scarf, whatever, but she didn't have a gold hair clip. She definitely didn't have a gold hair clip. So, tomato. Thank you, everybody, for playing. So, okay, we have Online Red with 7 correct answers. Greedy Bloke with 7 correct answers, but probably not as fast as Online Red. And same with Eris, probably not quite as fast as Greedy Bloke and Online Red. So really it came down to speed in the end. Other players, oh wow, Half Irish, you also had 7. So again, it came down to speed. Wow, it was a tie at the finish line, but just the speed, that's it. So I've got to give it to you guys, Half Irish, Eris, Greedy Bloke and Online. Wow. Claps. You really were paying attention. Bronze, you were just 1 off there with 6. And yourself, Mel, 6. Nice job. And then Murph, you had 5.
Question.
Sorry?
I didn't answer the first question.
You missed the first one. Okay, well, you would have been up there probably with Bronze then. Sorry, no, with Half Irish. And who knows, you might have even won if you'd been fast enough.
Maybe. Next time.
There you go. Next time, you just have to play the next one. And Murph with 5, Paige with 5, This Way Up with 5, Sal with 4, and they were probably those first 3 that you were like in there cheating.
I was not cheating.
Well, you had the home ground advantage because you're in StreamYard and you're quicker than everybody.
Yeah, I just would have got them first.
Yeah,
would have been the only advantage.
We'll strike you. Alex Ledge muted on 4, Distant on 4, Jackpot Springs on 4, and Jung on 1. Sorry, Jung, you're kind of at the bottom there, but we love you so much. And next time you need to come in and be here with us next time. What's this online? I actually really fun to see what you remember. It is interesting, isn't it, to see what you remember? And I'm learning things about this trial that I didn't pick up the first, and even I've rewatched some of this testimony just because it's so fun to watch before. Like I think I've watched this testimony a couple of times, and I'm picking up things because I'm actually looking to watch in order to write the questions, and I'm picking up new things each time. So, for instance, I didn't realize it was 3 months later that they found the torso there. So that's a long time. So it really must have been getting gross. Yeah. No wonder the vultures were circling around.
Circling.
That makes more sense now that the vultures were circling around. So, yucky cack pack. Nice. Anyway, that has been super duper fun.
This is awesome.
Mel, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to talk about?
No, I'm just working on a clip for my channel. So like, because I do a lot of shorts and I do a lot of eating chocolate. So I'm working on doing a series of shorts for Halloween. So I'm going to get all dressed up. But originally, so from my first live stream, I put my foot in my mouth where I say that there's chocolate in my shorts.
Oh no!
So I'm working on a video where I clip that and I'm just making it funny. So that should hopefully be up tomorrow.
Mods, can we please put a link up to Melissa Jane's channel? That would be awesome. And thank you so much for being here, Melissa Jane. And that was like
inviting me. It was a great honor.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. It's great to have a fellow Aussie here. And I had no idea that we sound even remotely different. And I'd love to have you back here again at some point.
Awesome.
That would be
Thank
great.
You.
And what I was going to say is, yeah, let's do a stream together sometime and just like talk Aussie stuff. That would be fun. We'll get out like the pool guy and other things like that. In fact,
that would be so fun.
Have you seen, actually, I've got a thing coming up. Do you remember, actually, you're probably too young, but do you remember the Postcard Bandit?
Oh, no, I don't.
He's Brendan Abbott. Brendan Abbott. He was the guy in the late 90s, and he did 40 bank robberies, and he escaped from several prisons, like super max.
Sounds familiar.
Right? Yeah, and he, like the story goes that he left like mementos for the police on his fugitive travels of him like living it up. Yeah, and yeah, on the run, living it up with his fellow fugitives, of him like drinking beers and stuff and out in the island.
That sounds very Australian.
Very, very. And he was a master of disguises and all this kind of thing. And it was back when we had guns. And so he used to do proper bank robberies, you know, shoot him up, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, and he's sort of a modern Ned Kelly kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm doing a live on Brendan Abbott. And definitely. Oh, I have to send you a few Aussie stories. Great, Eris. That'd be so cool. And that's going to be on the 14th of October. It's at 4 a.m. But I'll invite you if you'd like to come along.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to have a panel I haven't really decided on just yet, but you're welcome to come along. That would be awesome. I'd love to have another Aussie there. So yeah, that 14th, and it's already up on my channel. So people, please go and pop the solid notification bell on, and it'll be at 4 a.m. The reason it's going to be at 4 a.m. my time is because Dali is very pleasantly and nicely allowing me to take his spot that he usually has after Jody. So Jody, as in Jody Arias, dual stream that is Nick and MLS do the dual stream of Jody Arias, which is on 12 noon on Saturdays Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so that will be in 2 weeks' time. So I've got a fair bit of work to do to get that ready. But it's going to be one of those ones where I take you through like deep dive of Australian historic cases. So the last one was Dingo, and this one is going to be the Postcard Bandit. So get ready, guys. It's going to be something cool. All right, Phil Hammer, you're too late. You missed it. Online red one. All right, guys, ready to go. Sal, do you have anything to grift?
Yeah, tomorrow Farrell and I are doing Matthew Moore trial. I think it'll be 12 o'clock Eastern.
12 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
What time is? Oh, that's way too early for me, right?
Yeah, it's like 5 your time, 4 your time.
It's even earlier than that. So I'll be asleep. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's probably like 2 a.m. or something.
It's like the middle of the night. No worries. I'll rewatch that. Okay. So cool. Yeah, everyone, make sure you head over to Dali's channel if you haven't already, and turn on the dark, heavy, what do you call it, notification bell. Make sure that you are set up to see that one, and Farrell's as well. So because it dual streams, right?
Yes,
it does indeed. Okay, we're going to sign out now. Thank you, everybody. And I will be putting that leaderboard up on the Making Law Simple Network Discord. Make sure you follow and subscribe to Melissa Jane. She has her own Discord as well, which I just joined, and I'm going to be exploring that later on. Yay!
Honey
So
just started,
fun.
so it's like trickling in. It'll get there eventually.
Awesome. So great. Thank you, everybody. And have a great day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is for you. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
We're on video.